you will leave this world either rich or poor. I was having a conversation with a friend and a brother yesterday, and something dawned on me after that conversation. Now, before I get to the part of what dawned on me after the conversation, in the conversation, or what triggered the conversation, I asked this my friend and my brother. I said, we humans, we have a problem. What is the problem? We know what is right, we know what to do, but we fail to do it. And we choose to do what we want. After choosing to do what we want, we come back complaining that things didn't work out. Then we start looking for solution, while the solution has been there all the time, all the while. Again, we will not still do it. What is right, or what is right, is ever before our eyes. Ever before our eyes. We know what to do, we know what is right, but we decide to constantly do what is wrong, or please our own conscience by doing what we please or choose to do, when we know to do what is right. Pay attention, stay with me. Okay. Have you come to realize, or have you accepted the truth of the fact that you will leave this world either rich or poor? And this two category of daily living or well-being or status, so to speak, is a direct proportion, or a direct proportion. It's directly relative. It's directly relative to our thought process. Everything you want to achieve, everything you desire in this world, everything you ever want to become or have in this world is not coming from anywhere. It is already here. It is already here. Everything you want to achieve is already here. What makes you get it? What makes you don't get it? What makes you achieve and what makes you don't achieve? It's all up in here. It's all up in here. It's all up in here. What is your thought process like? What is your thinking pattern like? What do you think about? What are the things that has occupied your thought process? Think about it for a minute. The things that has occupied your thought process is who you really are. Not many people, not many persons break into self-awareness. Not many persons. Many people upon earth do not understand themselves. They do not even know themselves. So, where is the dividing line? Where is the dividing line from where you are and where you want to be? The space in between where you are and where you want to be is your thought process. Take it or leave it. You must accept now that if you do not do what is required of you to do in life, you either end up a beggar. When I say end up, I mean die a beggar, die or a pauper, die a rich man or a rich woman, die fulfilled. Please note, they are two different things. Being rich and being fulfilled are two different things. What am I talking about? Your thought process. Now, what makes the man who believes in God and the man who does not believe in God successful? Someone is gonna say, I don't have to believe in God to be successful. That's true. That's absolute truth. You really do not have to believe in God to be successful. But there is something you must understand. You have the nature of God inside you. You have the characteristics of God inside you. Whether you believe in God, whether you do not believe in God. You have the properties to dominate. You have the properties to be creative. You have the properties of power. Power comes from here. What is your thought process like? This is the dividing line between where you are and where you're going to be. What do you think about? Think about it. What do you really think about? The things you think about determines how your day would go. The things you think about determines how the outcome of your day would look like. We all think we have time. You see, time we don't have. We don't have time at all. Never you think you have time. Because this is where we humans live in the most. We procrastinate. We procrastinate thinking we have time. We don't have time. I want to give an analogy. I gave my friend yesterday an analogy. Okay. Imagine, yeah? Oh God. Please stay with me. Stay with me. Imagine this my finger, yeah? This my finger is your life. Imagine my finger is as long as infinity. Okay? Now, this part of my finger you're seeing on the screen, imagine this is all the life you have to live on earth. Imagine this is all the life you have to live on earth. This length of my finger that you see now, imagine this is the length of your life on earth. Remember the analogy, how I started. I said, put in your mind that my finger is as long as infinity. Now I said, this visible part is the only part of your life on earth, your whole life, from infant to death. This is your whole life on earth. The rest part of your life, not on earth, somewhere else, called eternity. Think about it. If you have this bit to live on earth and you're making stupid decisions, have you thought about what will happen in the realm where you're going? I was talking about this same thing some months ago. This is where Jesus comes in. This is exactly where Jesus comes in. It is better to believe in Jesus, worship Him in truth and in spirit, accept Him wholeheartedly with joy and with gladness in your heart. Accepting Him, yeah? Die and find out after you're dead that it was all a lie. It is much more better. You have nothing to lose, believe me. It is worse, much more worse, not to accept Him in wholeheartedness, not to accept Him in truth and in spirit, not to walk in His ways. Die and find out that it was all true. This one is very dangerous because you do not have a second chance. You see the shift from mindset to Jesus. I'm going somewhere. Paul said in the book of Romans chapter 12, if you read from verse 2, be you not conformed to this world. Do not be conformed to this world, but be you transformed by the renewing of your mind. Do not be conformed to this world, but be you transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may know that which is the good, acceptable, and perfect will of God. Where you want to be and where you are, your thought process is your navigation. Renewing your mind constantly. Renewing your mind constantly. Every second, every minute, every hour of the day is the solution to all of this. Renewing your mind to what? There is the good, acceptable, and perfect will of God for your business. There is the good, acceptable, and perfect will of God for your career. There is the good and perfect will of God for whatever you're doing, your talent. You name it, whatever you're doing. You and me, we do not have two different dreams. We all have one dream. We all have one dream, you and me. But achieving it differently is what makes us separate individuals. Do you want to become rich or not? Yes, you want to be. I want to be. Do you want to be seen as one of the tops? Some people will say no. Some people will say no. I just want to be okay. I just want to be, if you're okay, you are rich. If you are okay, you are rich. If you can afford everything you can afford or you want to afford and need to afford in this life without thinking about where the next is going to come from, without thinking, you are rich. You and me, we have the same dream, the same ambition. But achieving it is what makes us different. The way we achieve it. You might be a handyman. You might be a career person. You might be a religious person. You might be whatever. But all these things we're doing is to make ends meet, pay our bills, live a comfortable life on earth. That is all. Nothing else. Nothing else matters aside these things I've just mentioned. What are you thinking in your head? What will be the end of that thought process? You should understand that your thinking, absent of God, will end you in troubles that money cannot even solve. I stand to tell you this day that where you are and where you want to be, and where you want to end up is in God. I don't know where you are right now. I don't know what you're doing. But this space in between where you are and where you want to be is conforming your mind, conforming the thoughts of your thinking to align with Christ. If your thought process is aligned with God, you will find yourself doing the things that are not just humanly rewarding, but eternally rewarding. That answers the question for after the physical. You do not want to live a life that has no eternal significance. If you do that which is the good, acceptable, and perfect will of God, you will realize that your procrastination is going to be reduced in a great percentage. Your procrastination can be actually absolutely zero. You're going to be a high productive individual. A high productive individual. A high productive individual. That is what you're going to be. And your thought process is going to absolutely align. But these things are not easy. I must be honest, they are not easy. Staying conformed with God by renewing your thoughts with His word daily. Joshua chapter 1 verse 8. He said, "This book of the law shall not depart out of my mouth, for I shall meditate therein day and night, to observe and to do all that is written therein. For in this, or in it, shall I make my way prosperous, and shall I have good success." You are going to make your way prosperous, not God. God has made everything available. He's made everything possibly available. If you become successful, it's because you aligned with process. You aligned with content. You aligned with everything you need to align to get to where you wanted to be or need to be. Think about it, friends. Stop procrastination. Pick up that phone. Make that phone call. Hit that studio. Record that song. Find a man diligent in his work. He shall sit amongst kings and not mean men.